Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 110, day 2. So today, of course, we got ourselves Red Guild War Day. So that's about what we're about to do. Anyways, that, and I might mess with Diamantina a little bit more. Probably going to cover a video on it tomorrow. I kind of want to wait for double Diamantina though. We waited this long. What's one more week? I don't know. We'll see. But I might cover it soon. But yeah, we had quite a bit of fun the other night messing with it. We finally have it, which is nice. Now when I ever click unowned, well, there's nothing here anymore. Actually, we can see it over here. I didn't show this, but it's actually a pretty big milestone. I did notice it after the fact, but I don't think I showed it on stream. But we are now at the nice even 1-250 out of 1-250. What a time to finally get all of them. It took us a little while. Obviously, we already had it before, but you know. We have reclaimed all of them, and the only weapon we're missing is one that was $10 locked, that was $5 locked, that is going to be free in about a month or two, so I'm just waiting till it's free, or, you know, in-game resource free. It's not money locked free, so just waiting until then. And, of course, we have every pet. Actually, technically, we have one more than every pet. Wait, what's the pet we don't have, then? Oh, yeah, I'm still missing... I'm still missing Inferno Imp. I actually don't have every pet. I still haven't gotten this. This was the money locked. The guild has gotten it before too, which is so strange. I've just never seen it pop up when I'm on. But yeah, I'm still missing the Infernus pet. This was the money locked one a couple events ago, and it is in drop table. I just have not seen it since then. So unfortunately, only one we're missing. It'll eventually have a Wednesday event, I believe. I think some of them in the past have. That one hasn't, so we'll just have to wait. Anyways, so. Of course, main thing we'll be starting off with is the good old Guild War. I think we're already done with the World event, so I don't even think we need to do anything on that. Let's see. Yep, we have been ultra carried, so might as well just grab that. And a nice purple orb, not too bad. But yes, this has been completely taken by El Loco. He is somewhere on the pretty high leaderboard, top 10. And with that, he makes up more points than the rest of our guild combined. So yeah, he basically got all of our points for the guild, so very convenient. So we're already done with that and don't even need to do any more battles. But of course, nowhere's near done with Guild Wars. So let's go do that. We are in bracket 3, and I believe we're being decimated. However, we did win yesterday, so we actually do have 100% bonus, oddly enough. I think they ended up passing us by the end. But we did... No, actually, no. Yeah, we just did outright win. Though we definitely won't today. With that kind of score on the opposing team. But let's see what we're up against. So we're like third to last in our bracket. That might be the only day we win all week. Let's see, what was the guild we won against? The guild we won against is in... Oh, well, oh no. The guild we won against was the 4th place guild. The guild we're losing against is, I'm pretty sure, not the 4th place guild. It is... Oh no, they're the 1st place guild. Okay, never mind. Maybe we do still have a chance. This might be the only day we lose this week. Okay, that's fine. We still might be really low. The guild's not used to being this high in bracket 3, but anyways. Okay, so Red Guild War. Did I show the team for it last night? I can't remember if I have or haven't. No, because I definitely didn't show that. Gosh, like that team works. It really wants to get Zolgoth, that's for sure. It's really rush Zolgoth, like ultra absurdly rush Zolgoth, like super safe. Kill Marilith, rush Zolgoth, don't care about what dies, score 9,200, get in, get out. That is definitely what that team is right there. Yeah, we can still run it. I don't see any reason not to. As long as your hero doesn't get rope darted. I don't see anything particularly bad. He does have cleanse, but we really don't care about that. As by the time we're firing anything, his whole team's going to die simultaneously, so a single cleanse isn't really going to do much to that. Also, one other thing. This does get to, stun, right, on Daemons. But of course, Zolgoth is actually only a boss. I always keep thinking he's a Daemon. But that wouldn't really matter because he's impervious anyways. But that would only hit Marilith. And Marilith only just loses the +1 red. When that ends up happening, so not too big a deal. Anyways, let's just run it. Hope we don't get backfired on. I almost want to run the cleanse, but he's running Elementalist, so once again, it barely even matters. Pretty much, if they have stun and freeze, or, you know, stun plus anything, it's almost not even worth running an Orpheus. Oh, good. He landed the freeze on something that has immune, so we got really lucky there. All he has is cleanse as well, which is kind of interesting. He has no empower. That's very strange to see from a Guild War team. Normally, a Guild War team has 1,002 empowers. And if there was 5 slots on a team, there would probably be 5 empowers. No, 4 empowers and 1 other thing, but there's a lot of empower. So always strange to see a team that technically has none. Like, it does have 1, but it's not like a traditional empower. It's not mana accumulation, so it's not that threatening of an empower. Its whole premise is to get rid of status effects, but it doesn't really matter because the whole team's about to die instantly. Oh, you know what? I probably should have killed Hero with that. She was very far away from being anywhere near a threat, and it would have been a little bit better value if we would have actually killed Rope Dart first. That shouldn't backfire too much as long as we get it up in time, and it looks like we will here, so it's not actually going to matter ultimately. But in that situation, I actually should have killed the Hero Rope Dart, as it was slightly more of a threat compared to Yevandra. Also because Yevandra's mana pool was super high and was never going to hit max, whereas Rope Dart could have cast it on us once or twice and possibly get a kill lowering our points. It's not that big a deal. Oh gosh, Infinite Turnip. Yeah. Not much we do about that except hope we get good RNG. Is he running any cleanse on the Infinite Turnip? Once we get a stun, it won't really matter. Wait, he doesn't have any cleanse. That's interesting. What's he running? Just pure magic? Wait, let me wait till it shows. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Equipped metals. Yeah, he's running pure magic. That's what I thought. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he's not running any cleanse. He's just going all in on plus 12 magic. That makes sense. That's definitely an angle to go down. Well, let's see how it goes. But yeah, this is pretty traditional Infinite Turnip. The meta for that's been the same for like 4 or 5 years now. Hasn't really changed. Hasn't needed to change. Luckily, we already landed an extra turn, so we're in a pretty good position. Oh, you got a 4-1 today. Nice. Oh, yeah, blue day. Yeah, every platform has a different color day. Only PC Mobile has the same color I'm doing right now. If you're playing on any other platform, your color day is actually different right now, most likely. Anyways, hello, Roman. I didn't even say all the hellos. Hello, Roman. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Bill. Hello, Tyrion. I always get so absorbed in the Guild War. Hello, Eric. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Eric. Do team codes work in YouTube chat? Yes. If you post a team code in YouTube chat, it will be visible. Though I won't know what the team is until, you know, someone posts it in. Because there's no way to really tell with all the random numbers and everything. But, yes, it does work. Let's see. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Jonian. What's one more week in the case of a Mythic tier? Oh, yeah, true. Honestly, one nice thing about the Mythic tier list now is I've actually gotten to try every Mythic that's on it. Because for the longest time, I didn't have Diamantina until yesterday. And now that we finally do, we would have had first-hand experience with every Mythic at this point. So we definitely need to go cover it ASAP. Because we now have absolutely every Mythic tried and good to go. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Jamie. Hello, McDouble. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. You just got all your kingdoms to level 10? Oh, that's a huge milestone. Huge congrats. Yeah, it's certainly one of the first things you want to do. Get all the 5 stars, get all 10 stars, get to level 10 on all of them. Level 10 all of them is actually pretty convenient too if you're talking about the gold level one. Both of them are pretty useful, the star level and the gold level. The one that's related to the gold is pretty convenient because then you could try finding potentially a high gold requirement guild or whatever is like within your range that you feel comfortable with. Because generally you do want to try finding a guild with a high gold requirement. Not like absurdly high, but you know, like the higher you go, basically the more free loot you get. And you're generally getting a lot of gold per week anyways. And one of the bigger initial expenses is getting all kingdoms to level 10. There's quite a few other things that sink gold too, but it's like one of the initial ones that do it a lot. Okay, you don't have stealthy, right? I guess do it straight on hero. And we basically just win. There's 2 ways to play this. I can either kill him, so the skull will kill that. But I'm just going to kill Turnip. Because this guy's not really going to infinite loop, whereas Turnip could. And even though he has so much freeze, it probably wouldn't happen. Even though we might lose our first slot out of this and won't do as much skull pressure. I think it is slightly better doing it this way. So we'll just clear the board. Get one more Zogoth, and that should be match. Skull takes him out, boom, dead. Alright, there we go. So far, so good. Obviously, Marilith is taking a beating, but it's kind of meant to die. This whole team is set up in a way where Marilith will die almost every time, which loses us a lot of points. But it's really safe, which is why we're running it. Like, the best this team's going to do is like 9,300. But it's it gets a very strong start. But might still have to worry about double empower. He's blue to red and brown to red. Those are both horrible for us. That is so bad. I just have to hope he doesn't brown to red and try to set up in a way that we get so much blue to red value that we just win. Because there really isn't an alternative here. I guess I just take a brown. No, he actually did the right one. Oh, we are so dead. How much damage is that? Oh, wait, that wasn't that much. Oh, wait. That wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. Wait. This is winnable. This is super winnable. That is so much less than I was expecting. Come on, Zogoth, get full mana. You need it. No, yes. There we go. Alright, Zolgoth, we already won. What does he have left? He has crossbow. Crossbow barely touches us. I would actually been more scared of book than crossbow in this situation. Even though crossbow is generally kind of good. But in this exact situation, book would have been way stronger for him. Which is good for us, if nothing else. So we'll go for Angry Mob there. Get Archer turn. Zolgoth that. Every threat is now killed. And now it's just a matter of applying the damage. Boom, dead. There we go. Okay. 3 down. 2 to go. I love when it works out like that. So much fun. So hello, Genki. Welcome, welcome. Also, as Genki mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Okay, we got Tower now. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people run Tower and Enrage Karandera for the invulnerable trait. I feel like I've been seeing it way more lately compared to normal. But it's definitely been getting more popular. Now the higher brackets just use it more often. But I feel like we see it almost like every other day. If not every day during Guild Wars lately. But yeah, we can't insta-kill it. He's not running stealthy with it. And his hero class isn't stealthy. So even though he's running that, I'm a bit confused. As if his double empower doesn't work, all I have to do is hit his hero and we win. Like, we just land Zolgoth insta-kill on hero and the fight's over. It's his entire team. And he's banking a lot on the victory off of that. And luckily for us, we do have a lot of value just sitting on starting board. I could take this initially. I kind of want to take this one for the Cascade. Though this one cascades in an interesting way as well. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to take this one first. Because we do get so much mana from it, that's actually worth it. I'm just going to Mirrorlift and hope it doesn't fail. So we're just going with that. It did not fail at all, and we already won. That was a quick fight. Now all I have to do is apply the rest of the damage. It's already over. But yeah, teams like that, they're really high risk, high reward. Like, if Hero gets the double empower going into it, you know, it's just going to wipe us. But if it dies instantly, we auto-win, so... I generally like having double damage source just in case. But, you know, even that can still fail pretty often. Like, I'm pretty sure my defend team is like 1 win today. I didn't even check it. Let's go check it. Let's see. I'm saying that about that team, and I'm pretty sure we're like 0-15 right now. I know, we went 2-16. Because we did go double damage source. We went Ferocity for the initial pressure, and then Book. So, this has 2 threats. So they just kill my Book. We could still win. We have Ferocity. But the way that his team was set up is you kill Book, and it's over. You already lost. And I even stealthied my Book so they can't just Zolgoth it directly, which is why we're running Thief or any of the other stealthy hero classes. It's actually the only day I do so. Oh, no, actually double Orb Weaver. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of Orb Weaver recently. Oh, yeah, I kind of wanted to... Oh, no, I already did. I was going to say, wanted to change one of them into Bane of Mercy, King of Ravens. I forgot. We did that last night. I'm curious to see how this works. It's probably not going to be insane, but I did want to check to see how it goes. Also, I didn't even think about this. I didn't even show this. That's so funny. We just covered a video for this earlier today, and I don't even think I showed this team. I forgot I already made one for my purple day. Oh, that's really funny. I don't think I showed that when I Raven defend purple. I didn't! I showed the same premise of team, but I didn't actually show the same team. I actually made the same team 2 different ways. That's funny. Because I forgot I already made one for Guild War Defend Purple that we already made before I was making all the teams for the video. And yeah, I made the same premise of team, but I used Angry Mob for this one for mana coverage rather than using Thrall for the board clear. They both work, obviously, but that's kind of funny. It's the same structure of team, but I used a different mana accumulator. Oh no, they're trying to sell us blue deeds. They know. They know we need that Sword's Edge upgrade. The blue 2 blue deeds is not going to move us anywhere, and there's nowhere spending that much. If that was 2 deed books, maybe. But even then, $5 for 2 deed books, I would probably still pass. But anyways, let's go claim these little thingies. Where were we? So, let's keep doing Guild War. Where are we at? So far, it's going pretty well. What battle are we on? Oh, we're on the final battle already. Speaking of Leonis Tower and Rage Karandera, wasn't I just talking about this? Oh, okay, so this guy knows how to build a team. Now, that's actually really, really good. So he's running double immune to Zolgoth, a stealthy hero, so I have to hit Siren. I literally have no choice but to hit Siren. And, okay, that's really interesting. One way to get past this is if we get lucky and stun the hero. There's just no way around it. It's why I ran stealthy on it. But yeah, this is a really good way to build. I've seen this team a lot of times, actually. Sometimes it's not Siren. Sometimes it's double stealthy in middle. There's a couple of different ways to run it. But yeah, like an Empower, Siren, any other stealthy... and then put Leonis Tower first slot, and Rage Karandera last slot, and then Stealthy Hero third slot with Book. It's gaining up in popularity. I don't think I actually use it for any of my defend teams. Probably should. I've been seeing it a lot the last couple months or so. But yeah, that's a really strong composition. Because we basically are forced to have to insta-kill our first kill on something useless, unless we get really lucky. We have a 1 in 4 chance every extra turn that we can eliminate his hero. So I'm actually going to take this for more extra turns. Even though we get more mana taking this, we get less extra turns, so I want to take it this way. Oh no! But then it explodes. Okay, plan B. Explode everything and hope we land another extra turn. I forgot. No! Oh, that's kind of bad. It exploded away my mana. Luckily, he's not getting the mana he needs, so we should be fine, hopefully. I just need the extra turn to land on hero. Okay, we won this over. That's all we needed. Because now we do it again and basically kill his only damage source, kind of. Enraged Karandera can solo an entire team. A tower generally can't. Leona's tower is pretty much never going to kill you. Well, they can, but it's very unlikely, relatively speaking. But, yeah, Enraged Karandera can, if we're not careful. It's not likely, but it definitely can wipe a team. It has a lot of AoE damage, especially if there's a lot of Doom Skulls on the board. Which takes a little while for it to get going there, but it can get to that point. Alright, so it's just us and Enraged Karandera. I can't insta-kill him, but we can just keep poking him until he's dead. And I can still hit him with the skulls of my ability. I just can't kill him with the insta-kill itself. But we can still kill him with the chip damage from the skulls. Like, this will not kill him, but the skulls still can. Not if we miss, though. Not if we miss that horribly. This right, I'm just going to keep casting Angry Mob until he's dead. I think that might be our safest bet. Because honestly, we're just going to get skulls from it every time anyways. Because I don't want to risk it. I'm just going for the summon here. And then we'll go for Angry Mob, Angry Mob. Oh, we got the new dragon! Oh, that's funny. I've actually never really gotten to use this dragon yet. And we technically killed him with it, even though I didn't get to kill him with the ability. I killed the skulls from the dragon. Yeah, that's that newer one that came in last patch that we technically didn't get until this week because of event keys. Oh, wow. I'm actually surprised. 9,500? That scored way higher than I was expecting. Though we were kind of like breezing through some of those battles, so it was able to get a lot more score. We did a little bit worse on the final battle, but that's to be expected, especially against that good of a competition. But, yeah, it's a pretty high score. I'm happy with that. I don't think it's going to be enough for us to win today. Let's see. How's the guild doing today? Oh, that does move us to the middle of the bracket, though. In bracket 3. Let's see. How did people do? Didn't do battle. 4-1. 4-1. A couple 4-1s. So, yeah, everyone's doing pretty good. Pretty good overall. Anyways. Though we're still way down on score today. We're definitely not going to win. Well, then again, hold up. I didn't bother checking this screen. Wait. 8,000 times 3, 24,000. Hold up. We're actually not losing right now. If everyone on our team goes 5-0, we're actually basically tied. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, they've done all their battles. That's the only reason they look like they have such a higher score. So this actually isn't too bad if every single person in our guild does basically what we did. Obviously, that might not happen. But if everyone goes 5-0 with like 9,000 plus, I think we're tied at that point. Then it just comes down to the last person winning as well. But anyways, we're doing better than their last person. That's Guild War for today. It's pretty fun. Red Day, I still feel like it's one of the harder days. Though it's definitely way easier than the hardest it's ever been. There's just a really weird options to use on Red Day. It has so much damage sources, but really lacks good durability. It's one of the reasons I kind of run the Marilith Death team. We're literally just trying to kill out our own Marilith. Because I'm basically using Angry Mob as a tank by resummoning into it. Because Marilith's going to guarantee die almost every fight. I think we even did on that final one. We just Angry Mob replaced it multiple times. And then we killed it, or got the dragon there at the end. Anyways, what was I doing? I'm trying to find my my free XP team. Because I need to go get XP towards the hero class that came out the other month. Which I still haven't bothered maxing. Where is it? I have so many random teams here, I can't even find it. There it is. So then you get Spirit Walker XP. I think we got level 94 today. Slowly but surely, we will max this thing. Yeah, we do reach 94. It's almost there. Not quite. Let's see. Yeah, I always forget about that. The last 3 scores don't really count for the thing. Because of how I always forget about how the scoring system works. It's such a weird system. But yeah, it does drop the lowest 3. And because of that, yeah, we might actually be down by a lot more now that I think about it. But you can still replace them. Like, you still replace your lowest scores. So you're still getting a lot of that value back if people are going perfects or almost perfects. Or, you know, if they're going 5-0s. If everyone in your guild still goes 5-0, you're still getting more points. Because it just drops your 3 lowest scores. But it does mean we're getting a little bit less points than as anticipated. But we're still getting more. Just not that much more. So we're still losing against them. We're just not losing by that much. But we are definitely still losing against them as a guild. But anyways, checking back in chat because I wasn't paying attention. What kind of team do you run if you're trying to for 9,500? You're trying to mitigate how much damage you take and gain as much mana accumulation as quickly as possible to kill them as quickly as possible. So this generally involves using something relatively bulky in first slot, followed by as many mana accumulators and at least 1 to 2 damage sources. Exactly how you structure this is really up to you. You can get away with no tank, like we did with the Marilith team, but it requires you to win very quickly, because the more damage you take, the more score you lose. So with a team like that, with Marilith having no skull reduction, no skull dodge, nothing like that, it's really risky because every skull hurts your points by a lot. Which is why I was saying we're probably going to score 9,300, but we're winning so many of the other ones so quickly that it didn't really matter. Because taking a lot of damage, letting the enemy take a lot of mana, both lower your score by quite a bit. There's a lot of weird factors that lower your score, but it's mostly you got to make sure you let the enemy take as little mana as possible, deal as little damage to you as possible, and win as quickly as you can turn-wise. Though I think there's like a threshold where it's actually slightly better to take more turns. I forget exactly where it is. So I'm pretty sure someone has data mined the exact formula. I don't think it's actually public anywhere, though, because the devs don't really want that information out there, even though some people do have it. Probably some of the bigger guilds in the game. But it's mostly just make sure the enemy doesn't do as much damage to you. Make sure they don't take that much mana, which also would generally make them do less damage to you. And try to win in as few turns as possible. Though not, like, overly quick. Because there is a threshold where you don't get any more points for winning quickly. I want to say it's between, like, 10 and 30 turns? Somewhere around there. So if you're taking slightly more, it doesn't really matter too much. But there's a point where you take so many turns that it starts to lower your score. Anyways, dungeon. See what we get here. Oh, perfect top 3? Perfect top 3? No. Oh, you know what time it is? It's time to play. Yes, that... Is it 10 actions? Wait, is it actually that low? I knew 10 sounded right for something. Is it really as low as 10? That is so few. Is it really a 10 action threshold until you start losing points? I guess so. Because it's out of like 10,000. So that would kind of make sense. Anyways, let me go get the poll up. 1 second. Let's see. I see people already mentioning numbers in chat. Start a poll. It's time to play Guess That Door. Door? Question mark. Many question marks. 4. If I could type the number 4. There we go. 5. And 6. There we go. Which one is it? 4, 5, or the word 6? Take your bets. Yeah, we'll see what it comes out to. Good water break time. And then we'll hopefully get a perfect. Hey, if we get a perfect here, 1 day closer to double Diamantina. Actually, 2 days closer, because we're getting 120. So you're 2 days closer to Diamantina. Or double Diamantina. Yeah, every extra turn you do count as an action. So you can't just like spam extra turn. It's why you need really high damage pressure. Because literally every move counts as action. Regardless if it's an extra turn off ability, extra turn off a board. Absolutely everything counts as an action. Same thing actually applies to journey events. That one event we've had like 5 times now only. I forget what threshold. I think it's like 25 turns or 30 actions. Or something. It's a lot higher number, which might have been where I was thinking of, like the 30 number. But I know that has a way higher action threshold before it starts penalizing you compared to Guild War. I think it's like 25 or 30. But yeah, the one for Guild War is pretty tight. What's the poll currently at? A lot of 5s. Honestly, 5 has been winning a lot. 5 has definitely been the popular choice. Mostly because it's actually been statistically winning more, seemingly, than any other number. What's the second one right now? I didn't even see because I can't see it. Okay, it's pretty much a tie between 4 and 6, but mostly into 5. Oh, I called 6 6 and the word instead of the number, and now no one's voting for 6. I'll need to do the inverse next time. Type out 4 and 5, but make 6 the number. Yeah, it looks like a solid 5. We're just gonna go with 5. Has a solid enough lead tonight. End poll. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's try it. No! It was 4. No! It was 6! It actually was the 6. Typed out as ssaszix. That'd have been funny if I spelled it incorrectly. But yeah, it was indeed the 6. I even knew it. I even made it special in the poll. But we chose the wrong one. It's always the one that gets the least votes. Like, our ratio of one getting least votes winning is actually kind of absurdly high. Because I think we have like an 80% rate of lowest voted one wins. Like, we literally have better odds if we just always voted for the least voted option. I almost never do that. But we would win almost every time. Let's see. We'll throw that down. Wah. Oh, we'll still have it in like a week or so. We just don't get it a few days early. Slowly but surely, we will get to the point where we never need to spend gems on diamonds again. Or not diamonds. What are they called? Not diamonds. Dragonite. I also still find it funny that's called Dragonite. I can never say the word Dragonite and not think of the Pokemon. Like, I don't think of like some kind of material, some kind of ore, or whatever they're supposed to be making it. I just always think of the Pokemon every time. Like, I actually don't do that with Glaceon, because there's a troop in this game called Glaceon, and I don't immediately think like the Pokemon Glaceon. But necessarily. But whenever I see Dragonite, I definitely don't think of the resource in Gems of War. I definitely think of the actual Pokemon. Yeah, we'll try that one down. It's kind of funny because we actually farmed for shiny Dragonites in Pokemon Sword and Shield the week that Dragonite was added to Gems of War. And it was a square shiny too, which is actually rarer in that game, though I'm pretty sure it has no effect in the newer version of the game, because I'm pretty sure that's not even a mechanic anymore. They always bring like one-off mechanics that just like never return. Let's see. Actually, that's something you might know, Tyrion. Isn't that game getting Pokemon Home Access soon? I've barely been playing it recently or keeping up with any of the news, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty soon, isn't it? That should be in like the next month or two. I haven't been keeping up with it. Okay, and unfortunately I gotta take our non-perfect room down here. I thought that'd be enough damage to kill you. Apparently not. So, hello, Imperial. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you still don't have the blue dragon? Oh, yeah. It took us forever. We went like 4 times over odds. We didn't get it to our 24th dragon. Which is very unfortunate. Well, we did finally get it, at least. Slowly but surely. And we've been buying Dragonite literally every day since its release in August. And we still don't have them all. We will soon. Give it another week or so, especially if we get some perfects in there. But in about 9-ish days or so, we will finally have them all. And then we can finally stop wasting our resources on it every day. Which will feel nice, because then we basically save 300 gems every day. Which is going to feel weird having the capability of doing that, because we've been just like burning our gems for so long. Speaking of which, we should probably go get some more. I've still been trying to open all the vault keys before next vault event. And next vault event's in a couple weeks, so maybe we still got some more keys to open. I want to keep like some small amount of reserve in case next patch somehow revamps it. I highly doubt it. They literally just buffed vault keys even more in the last patch in the December one. The 6.7, I believe it was. They already just updated it even further, so I highly doubt they're going to buff it again. They've already buffed vault keys like 4 times. I'm actually surprised they even did it again last December. That was an indirect buff. It was a buff to orbs, which is not necessarily a buff to vault keys, but you know, vault keys loot is almost entirely orbs. We literally have an orb counter down there because of how orb-centric it is. Anyways, oh yeah, we can run Diamantina now. Wait, where's the Diamantina team? Wait, where's my Diamantina team? We don't need to run Magnesia anymore. I forgot, this is the second day we get to do this. Oh, that was so much fun. Where's the Penguin team? I love that we can finally use Penguin as a meta option again. It might not be the best composition for it, but it is the way I'm using it. Because I just want to. Wait, where is it? Wait. Where'd it go? Did I overwrite them or something? What happened to all the teams we were doing the other day? Oh! Did I overwrite them when I was making the other teams? I didn't even realize that. Did I really? That's kind of funny. Nope, there it is. Ah! I knew one of them survived. I might have overwritten some of the other ones, though. How often do they do vault events? On average, about every 6 weeks, though it does vary. They are some of the most broken content in the game. You can get more loot during a vault event than pretty much the rest of time. Like, you can get more loot if you farm a Vault event for a long period of time than all the farming in between Vault events. It's actually kind of absurd. But, yeah, it's like a super buff weekend. Kind of like how some games have, like, double XP weekends or double, any kind of resource weekend. Well, Vault event weekends are like, 100 times loot marathons. But, it's where we got all these Vault keys from. You just get, like, so much loot. All you do is basically go to low-level Explore and just keep killing it over and over again with whatever team you have. The cheapest, most accessible team is running Leprechaun, which is only an ultra rare, into Rowan. If you have that from Forest of Thorns, you get it for free from completing out the kingdom. Running some kind of team like that is one of your most accessible options. But we're likely going to be running the Ironhawk Dust Devil team, which is the absolute quickest, but it does require 2 to 3 Ironhawks, which a lot of people might not have laying around. Now, we do have an Adana event coming up in about 2 months. So, like, 2 Vault events from now, people will be able to get it. The only problem is we don't know if the next Dawn event will nerf Ironhawk. I sure hope it doesn't. But that's still up in the air on if it will or will not. If it doesn't get nerfed from that, it probably never will. So I hope it doesn't, because it probably never will. Can you use the other 5 to all stats troop as well? Wait, can you use the other 5 to all stats? I'm not sure what you mean by that. You mean buffing it with... Oh, nice orb. You mean buffing it with Empress to gain it to all stats? Is that what you're referring to? Because, yeah, that would work. Just buffing an AoE into getting a bunch more value. That would indeed function. You can do that with pretty much any AoE option. Oddly enough, Diamantina actually gets so much value from that. I kind of forgot about that until we actually got a copy of it. But Diamantina has double magic. Like, it just has, like, by default, Phoenicia's effect, which is so insane. I completely forgot about that until we actually owned it. Like, I knew that was a mechanic a while back, but I didn't really think of that again until we actually had a copy of it. But on top of all the boost ratio and everything it already has, it has double its magic as damage. It's actually double of its magic plus something. What is it? 64, 128. So it's 6 plus double its magic. That's not bad at all. So it's double its magic plus 6 is its damage output. Not counting its boost ratio, which is 3 per skull on board. That's before the boost ratio even hits. But hello, Rodrigo. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I love this team. It gives us a reason to finally run Penguin again. Actually, isn't it funny? Because I think Penguin's actually the reward this week, is it? Oh, well, I have a 1 in 6 chance of being correct. Because it's one of the ones you can get from Guild War. Guild War. Is Penguin actually available this week? It's really funny if so. Oh, no, it's Array. You can still use Array to buff it. It doesn't have to be Penguin. We can use pretty much anything. This team is not actually dependent on it being Penguin. I just want to run Penguin. You could definitely get away running Array on it. Because all we're looking to do is buff the Diamantina, which uses every color, so obviously you could do it with anything. If anything, green would actually be slightly better because it would buff Leprechaun, though Leprechaun has no use case for being buffed. Like, the magic doesn't do anything, the durability doesn't do anything. Which is why we're using penguins. I know, but penguins, though, exactly. It's actually kind of funny. The aquarium near me has actually gotten penguins in the last year, and I have not been at that aquarium since then. I think the last time I was at that aquarium was like 2019. I have not gotten to see the penguins. I've seen penguins in real life before. I don't think I've ever pet a penguin in real life, though. I wonder if you can at the aquarium near me. But they do indeed have penguins now. Hey, major ingot. Let's go add that to the pile. So let me move this over so it's easier to update. There we go. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I just re-updated it with the same number. That doesn't do much. There we go. He's all very good team for Explore 12. Yeah, Double Diamantina, the Dragon, 50% mana start with Leprechaun. It's the team I plan to use once we have it. Unfortunately, we don't have access to it. But yeah, it's currently the world record holder for the last 5 months, 4 months, as far as quickest possible Explore win. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to wait for Double Diamantina, because we can't really cover a Diamantina team without covering the Double Diamantina. Like, you have to cover the Double Diamantina in a Diamantina team video. So I might just put it off until next week and just cover the Mythic tier list this week now that we have them all. But, yeah, I kind of want to wait till we have the second one. Because while we can show a bunch of single Diamantina teams, the Double Diamantina team is one of the strongest in the entire game right now. Like, this is strong, but it's nothing like double. And we currently don't have access to it till next week. Some people have had it for the last 3-4 months because they got luckier on Dragonite. But yeah, the exact team is 50% Mana Start Dragon, Diamantina, and Leprechaun in that order. The reason you have to run the 50% Mana Start in front of it is due to the Storm. You need to make sure that the Skull Storm is active and not Yellow Storm. And due to that, you have to run it in that particular order. Even though you're blocking on Yellow-Blue, it makes up for it because it's giving you 30 mana, 50% on the 2 dragons. So even though you're blocking with like 16, you're ultimately still net gaining a lot since you're getting 30 total. So you're really only blocking, well, you're still getting like a positive of 14, even though you're blocking 16. Actually, no, you're blocking even less than 16 because the half mana starts itself. So only blocking 8. So never mind, you're actually getting 24 if you subtract the amount of blockage you have. So its amount of block isn't really that important, as you're still getting 24 overall mana from it without even casting anything. Also, hello, Chris. Also, hello, Marcella, by the way. Welcome, welcome. I read your comment, but didn't say hi. Let's see. What's been up? Pretty good. We had a really good Guild War run today. Went very smooth, except for the final fight, but it still went fine. Let's see. You did something wrong? You didn't kill Cedric? Oh, I'm not even paying attention to the damage roll. I could, overly pay attention every single time we cast. I'm just kind of mindlessly clicking. And, like, 90% of the time it works, so it's doing what we need it to do. But yeah, if I really wanted to try hard this, I would need to look at its number as we click on it every single time to make sure its damage ratio is within range of killing. But I'm kind of just clicking it immediately and hoping it's enough. It's pretty much been the strategy. Just hope it's enough damage. And most of the time it is. And sometimes it's not. But yeah, you can structure the team where it gets slightly more damage. But then you don't get to put double penguin on it. Let's see. Go replace the ingot. I will mention it for the video, the higher damage one. I probably won't even mention the penguin team. Because they're both the same premise. But the other team has like 3 higher max hit, which is technically 6 because of how the double boost ratio works. It's 3 higher magic, 6 higher damage. So nothing particularly insane tonight as far as loot, though, unfortunately. Hello, Roman. Welcome, welcome. A lot of pretty average loot. And all the major orb drops we keep getting are of all the lesser orbs. Oh, the one... Gosh, he loves to live with 1 HP. His 1 HP live ratio has been so high. Oh yeah, what do we do in this circumstance? Never thought about that. Because it's actually never happened until right now. But he has a resummon that can slow us down so much. If we do get to that circumstance. What's the best orb? The best orb, there are a couple of them. But it's mostly the major pet orb. And the gold glory orb. Which I think is just called major glory or something. I just call it gold glory or gold orb. But it's the big gold one. But the pet one basically allows you to max cosmetic pets. You can do that with the smaller pet orbs as well. But the reason you want to do it on the cosmetic ones is the cosmetic ones generally don't come back that often. So it's really hard to max them through other means. So the best way to do so is generally to throw a major pet orb at it. It's a 1% drop from major orbs. The other one's a 2% drop, and it gold elite levels any troop. And by any troop, I mean mythics, because you should only ever use them on mythics. And this is basically the equivalent of 3 Nisha medals, which is absurdly good loot as far as how much value that has. As pretty much every mythic ends up needing that at some point. No one I don't think has maxed every mythic yet, though the new orb system as a couple months ago definitely makes it quicker. But no, there's a lot of orbs you want to look out for when you're progressing through the game. I don't personally need them anymore, but like Major Blue's pretty good, Major Purple's pretty good. Orange and green are a bit disappointing. Ingot's pretty bad, but it can help you as you're progressing through the game, just upgrade weapons. The Fortitude one, or not Fortitude, whatever it's called, Forging. Forging's good for the Doom weapons. Actually, they can only be used on the Doom weapons, but they're not really upgradable through too many other means because we barely ever get the event anymore. It only happens once every 11 weeks, but it was scaled for once every 4 weeks. But ever since they changed those orbs, it's a little bit easier to get up. And some Doom weapons are really strong. The only one we've really seen this week, of course, is the books, because books are very popular to see on Guild War Defend days. But the first one you should actually upgrade with your Forging Scrolls are actually the AoE Doom Skull converting ones. We saw one of them in Guild War today, though I didn't get the chance to cast. But it converts all of one of the colors to Doom Skulls and hits all enemies. Also, this is the second time this has happened now. But they're pretty strong. Oh, I should have taken the other thing first. It's becoming a reoccurring issue now. It went from this never happening to happening twice in a row now. Which is not ideal. I don't know, maybe we have to use the Mizmer version. I don't want to use the Penguin version, though. But if he's going to keep barely surviving, I either need to pay attention to stall our turn or switch the team. I don't hope more skulls just randomly fall. Just got to get better luck. Oh, yeah, let me go hand out a code. I still haven't handed out a code yet, have I? I meant to earlier after Guild War, and now we're like almost nearing the later part of the stream, and I still haven't yet. I meant to like 20 minutes ago. But here you guys go. Here's the redeem code. Enjoy. Use it on gemsofwar.com or for the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat, and give same loot as always. True treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. Oh, let me take that one over. Actually, I don't even need that. Why did I do that? Well, I guess for the extra skull that fell, which I kind of needed. There we go. Also, I love that extra turn when it actually triggers. Because if we happen to not have enough damage, that will be the follow-up kill. The problem is if there's less skulls, that means we have a less chance of... Well, if there's less skulls, we won't kill. And if there's less skulls, we also have a lower chance of extra turning. Which means if we don't kill, then we have even less of a chance to get the extra turn. Do I have an all Nisha set? No. Oh yeah, true. I could get rid of 20% mana start in favor of 8 damage. That is true. Hold up. If we constantly keep barely not killing, I can increase our damage by 8 just by doing that. That is true. This does make it harder for us to get full mana. But how hard can it be to get 6? Like, worst comes to worst, we just take 1 turn, swipe, kill then. Like, it takes way more time to get all the mana back than it would to occasionally get 6 more back. So yeah, that is correct. Let's just run all magic and see what happens. Because that raised our damage by 8. Well, we're going to start with no mana instead of 6. But a lot of times we're over-manaing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll try it this way and see if we just keep one-shotting then. We should. Yes, plus 4 magic is 8. That is how math works. 4 equals 8. But this is the bad circumstance that you don't want to see, though. We can easily get a situation where we're, like, nowhere near full mana. But we have the damage to one-shot every time now. At the cost of some starting mana. Yeah, could you imagine if Nishas were plus 8? But what I meant by that is, it has double its magic as damage. So 4 magic is 8 damage on it. Alright, we're getting some. That's the only problem now. Now that we got rid of our mana, we gotta waste like an extra turn every time. Which isn't as ideal. If only we had naturally a few more magic. When's the next Magic Kingdom coming to the game? We might be getting another kingdom later this year. We don't know yet. We don't know the roadmap for the second half of the year so far. But there is a chance we get another kingdom. If so, this would be the first year in like 5 years we would get 2 kingdoms in 1 year. It used to be like 4 per year, but then they started doing Underworld, and they just did all the Underworld stuff, which technically weren't kingdoms, but they were adding like 4 or 5 of those per year instead of kingdoms per year. And then they started adding 1 kingdom per year, which is where they're currently at right now. But since they've started adding 1 kingdom per year, we have never had 1 year with 2 kingdoms yet. This might be the first one just because of how early in the year we got the first kingdom. Because we got Volpacia in February, which was super early in the year. And another lesser orb, great to see. And they owe us a magic kingdom. You know how broken it would be if we had 1 more magic kingdom? There are so many areas in the game that need just like ever so slightly more damage. And 1 magic kingdom would be that ever so slightly more damage. It'd be so nice. Another ingot. Unfortunate drop, but we can still use it nonetheless. Let me go add it to the table there. 168. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Alright, we'll take the red. Oh, it's not enough. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of durability kingdoms. They tend to bias towards durability kingdoms because it tends to delay some battles. So they generally like going slightly more into durability when they can. Did you not see the Madagascar movie? Yes. I've seen 2 or 3 of them. Wasn't there like 4? I didn't see the penguin-based one. Like the one that was specifically just the penguins. But, yes, I've seen the first 2. The original one and that one where they went to the circus thing. Which is the only thing I even recall about it because I don't think it was that good of a movie. The first one was decent, though. The first ever Madagascar one. They also did some penguin spin-off one and one other one. We're using the Madagascar team. They actually did a TV show spin-off too of the penguin thing. And it was actually pretty good. Okay, we'll take that one over. Yeah, there is only 5 Magic Kingdoms currently in the game. They are 4 purple ones and 1 green one, which is relevant because those are the ones you normally want to save your deeds for. But yeah, Blighted Lands, Darkstone, Karkaroth, Zolkari being the green one, and Silverglade are the only 5 Magic Kingdoms in the game. They're the highest priority kingdoms in the game to upgrade in any way, shape, or form whenever you can, as Magic is by far the best +1 stat, by far. Like, attack, armor, and HP are about the same in the current state of the game, as far as the overall value they get. But Magic is definitively, like, the best one relative to getting +1 on any of them. It's just a lot harder of a stat to get, naturally. So any kingdom upgrade where you just get it is way, way stronger. Because every kingdom only gives you +1, regardless if it's HP, attack, armor, obviously Magic. So the Magic just gives you so much more value when you end up getting it. Alright, let's go back and do a few more Volkies. We're at a nice even 600 right now. We'll probably get down to like 300 by the next Vault event, maybe even lower. This rate we're consuming them. What's 0 before we hit the next Vault event? Can you show your Relic Hunter team when you get a chance? Relic Hunter. Which one was that? Relic Hunter. Oh, is that the name of the World event? Yeah, I can show the team real quick. Yeah, I didn't do too much World event this week. Main reason being, someone in our guild carried the whole thing. So I haven't really had the chance to mess with it much. Because I've actually already finished it. And by already finished it, I mean El Loco carried the entire guild. I'm pretty sure his score is more than the rest of the guild combined. But, yeah, basically just don't take one room. I decided not to take Deep King, so I'm just not taking that room. And the current team I'm running with is Essence of Evil, Vanguard, Guards Avatar, Surqua, and Hadley. It's basically just a Guards Avatar, Surqua, and Hadley team, with the only difference being how you mana accumulate for it. You don't have access to the really good mana accumulator, so we have to try to work with what we have. So I just went with Essence of Evil, Vanguard. Vanguard's actually pretty good. He's not used too often just because there's better things, but he's not a bad troop. It's just there's better options normally, but not for this event, so he's the better option. And that's pretty much all you have to do. Also, Lady Moran is always highest priority. Oh yeah, we can send El Loco a guild gift. Yeah, he definitely needs it for carrying us that hard. Probably cost him a lot of gems to do that. He's definitely not going to get that much back for leaderboard because I think he's making top 10 with it. I think I'll give it to him real quick. I should have some spares. How many do I even have these days? Let's see. Also, who was our new recruit? I'll give one to our new recruit too, just for the fun of it. Who was our person who we just got? There it is, Stowed. Let's go give one to Stowed. Here you go, Stowed. Welcome to the guild. I don't even think I've said hi to him in the chat thingy. It's because I've barely been using it. Anyways, let's give the other one to El Loco. Let's give 2 to El Loco. 1, 2. There we go. And you know what? We're already here. Might as well give one to Isabel. There we go. Have a gift. We have 22 right now. I think we could spare some. There you go. Enjoy. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much the world event. We'll do one more just for the fun of it. Probably the last one we bother doing this week because we're done with it already. Thanks to El Loco just carrying the guild so hard. At this point, just for the sake of it. That's the only problem with some of these events. Once your guild finishes all rewards, there's like no incentive to keep playing it. Which to some degree is good, because you don't feel like you have to. But there's literally no reason to. Like, there's no point in me doing the rest of these fights. We've already claimed every possible reward. The only reason we would do more is if we want leaderboard, and obviously we're not going to bother making the top 100 leaderboard with what we've done. So, yeah, we could just end doing them now. Ah, there we go. It's a pretty straightforward world event this week. The scoring is a bit weird, though. But just choose one room to not take, and always focus the, that one different symbol one. I already forget what it was called. The one that we just took earlier. You'll be good to go. Anyways, what was I just doing? We were doing Volkies. Open some more. Starting to run out. Oh, hello, Coopster! Welcome, welcome. Yeah, there's always a lot to do in game. Like, even if you're not doing any of the dailies or weeklies, there's just general grinds. Because one nice thing about Gems of War is you can infinitely grind almost every resource. Even the premium currency of something like gems. You just go to Treasure Hunt, just keep spamming Treasure Hunt, and just keep getting gems. It's like 50 to 70 gems per hour running Treasure Hunt. Which, relative to other means of getting gems, is not particularly high. But it's the highest infinite method for getting gems in the game. It's just there's a lot of ways that you passively get gems, like tributes, like dailies, and stuff like that. Oh, we got another good one there. Also, we get a lot of them from opening these Volkies, too. Of course, these Volkies came from Vault events, which you also get a lot of gems during Vault events. But, there it is, 77. There we go, lucky 7s. But, yeah, we get quite a few from these Volkies, too. There's a 100 gem drop in here, there's a 300. Actually, the 100's 120 because it gets boosted by the thing. The other one's a 250 that gets boosted to 300. Oh, speaking of which, there's the 100 drop right there. But we're doing on max difficulty, so we get the extra 20%. That was one of the buffs that I mentioned to Volkies. Like, they've done so many buffs the last few years to Volkies. That was one of the earlier ones that they did. They added a difficulty slider, and it allowed you to get up to 20% more loot. Which you should pretty much always have on, unless you're, like, just started the game. And even then, you might want to wait until you can do them for 20% more loot. Because it's not too hard to do these fights. Like, there's nothing particularly challenging in this fight. It's mostly just a damage test, if anything. Because there's barely anything that can kill you. All he has is charm and some bomb bots. The bomb bots actually could kill you. If anything, the bomb bots are probably the most lethal thing. Because the treasure gnomes just run away. Also, you still get the full loot if they run away, by the way. This is the only area in the game where a gnome running away gives you the loot. In any other location, you will not get the loot. But specifically in this mode, you will. It's a leftover mechanic from when Volkies used to be way rarer than they are now, and they never removed it from the game. So now it's kind of just a feature. But whenever you're opening a Volkie, or an epic Volkie, runaway gnomes still give you the full loot. It's the only location where that applies. Everywhere else, you will lose it all if they run. So why did I take the skulls? We would have more damage. But honestly, with the extra magic, we're kind of good to go. It's more so just an issue of getting the mana. Which is problematic. 1 mana short. That hurts so much. I kind of want to step back to 20%. I'm not sure. We just need, like, slightly more magic damage. I want to go back to 20%, but, like, somehow hit harder. I guess we could switch to Mesmer team, but I don't want to switch out of penguins. Gotta keep using the penguins. So, like, right there, we actually would have been short even if we were using the other thing. We would have been 1 mana short there. So even with the 6 extra mana, it's not guaranteed we get it. And there's no room to put the 50% mana start. We'd have to sacrifice too much damage to put in 50% on this team. Also, 50% is pretty much only worth it if you're running double Diamantina. I don't think you can really build a single 50% Diamantina team. Like, you could, but it'd be kind of clunky. You need the double so you can get all the value from it. Because then you're filling 2 troops with 15 mana. Which is a lot more than filling 1. Of course, you could have just other dragons on your team, but most dragons are pretty underwhelming. Especially relative to Diamantina. Like, Diamantina is almost single-handedly making dragons viable. There's a few others that are kind of okay. But it is by far the strongest dragon in the game, which makes sense. It is so hard to obtain. Or at least the first copy. Every copy up after that's kind of easy. But the very first copy of Diamantina is such a struggle. Without all of our resources, it took us 6.5 months. I think on average, it would take a newer player probably like a year or 2. Because you wouldn't have access to as much Dragonite. Though you could have access to better luck. Because we got kind of unlucky. And hopefully by then they would also revamp how the egg system works. They kind of mentioned that they were considering it and then like never did. Not sure if they are going to next patch or what. But they were considering like being able to craft specific colored dragon eggs, but for a higher cost. Exactly how much more we don't really know. Because if you could craft specific color for like 1,000 or even 2,000, which would be a bit pricey, but you know, if you need it for the last 1 or 2, it could be worth it. But that's a feature that doesn't exist yet. You have to go through the RNG system currently to get the 6 colored dragon eggs. Which is the most annoying part about getting it. Everything from there is just about getting slightly more Dragonite. But first you have to get past the RNG wall. But hopefully they remove that in the future. Even if it costs slightly more Dragonite to get through it. Because it would overall be less as long as you get unless you get like really good RNG on it. Could you use the Dragon Troop that gives magic to all dragons? It's okay. I believe it's only like 2 or 3 magic. It doesn't stack enough magic to really justify using in most situations. Hero class also has the same thing. I believe it gives like 2 magic to attack. You can also stack it with the dragon. I think there's 3 magic, 3 something, whatever it is. I don't remember. And they do stack, so that'd be 5 magic per extra turn. But it's dependent on taking extra turns. And most teams that are dragon-based don't have too much room to put an extra turn spammer on the team. As far as like board control extra turns. Because most mana these days is accumulated from like explode and destroy troops. And there are a few dragons that can mass mana accumulate for you. Like Vinoxia, for example. But I would definitely not use a Vinoxia as like my only mana accumulator. And there's not too many gem spawning dragons. There are a few. But a lot of them only spam like 1 color. Hey, another lesser orb. Now, can we just get that as a higher rarity? We've been getting so many of them lately, but what we really need are silver and golds of those. We're getting quite a few silvers, not as many golds. Which is weird, because silver and gold's only a 1% difference. Silver's a 3% off a major, and gold's a 2% off a major. Do you know when, how you get Mang? I believe it's 23 brown red, but it's specifically hero mastery. It's not your total mastery. Hero mastery is the level you get from level up. So you need to reach like about a level 150-ish, and you'll probably have it by then, unless you're rushing brown red. But last I recall, it's 23 brown red. There's actually a way to check. Does Terran's World show it? I know Gems of War database does. Does Terran's World actually tell you the number? Because last I recall, it's 23 brown red. One of these is show all. I can't see which one. Yes, that one. Perfect. Now I just need to type in the word Mang after this loads after 10 hours. It's trying to load every weapon in the game. Maybe should not have clicked that button. There we go. Mang. Yeah, I was right. 23 brown red. Hey, I got it right. It used to be something else, but then it changed to 23 brown red. Then I remembered it as 23 brown red, and I got it correct. But yeah, 23 brown red. Not to be confused with your total number. It's specifically the level up number. Which means if you rush it down, you'll have it slightly before level 100. Otherwise, you'll have it around 150-ish. And definitely by 200 if you go completely even on all of them. Oh, you're almost there then at 2019. Yeah, you'll have it in like 10, 20-ish more levels. Depends how they go. Yeah, you're pretty much there. Hey, forging. Only a small one though, but hey, they add up. It's 46. Actually, we have so few forging, surprisingly. Like, I wouldn't be surprised our forging dips under our minion orbs. Even though that should never happen due to the actual drop rates. But it could. Oh, so hello, Shelly. Welcome. You're using, the Crystal something dragon? Oh, yeah, Crystal. That used to be meta. Dragon Soul with that Crystal Dragon used to be like the absolute meta in the game back in the day. At lower level ranges, it probably still is insanely good due to its boost ratio. But yeah, that used to be like the team at one point, back when dragons were the entire meta. Unfortunately, they fell off like crazy when Submerge was added to the game. One, because of Submerge, but also because of just other options coming into the game that just made them not as viable. But Submerge made a lot of AoE spammers a lot worse. I haven't felt Diamantina be affected as much from it. But it's also because almost no one runs Submerge anymore. Might be the other factor of why it doesn't feel like it's affected by it that much. Because Submerges would still affect Diamantina heavily. Because it's not like it gets to bypass them. Like an entire team of Submerge is basically immune to its damage. Is there a highest level to getting hero mastery weapons? You have most of them by like level 200 or 300. The latest one you ever get is Prismatic, gosh, what's it called? Not the orb, the other one. Why do I forget what its name? There's actually a really easy way to check. I forget its name because it's really old meta and doesn't really get used these days, but I think it's the really highest requirement one. Imperial Jewel is the final requirement. So once you have the requirements for Imperial Jewel, you'll have every free weapon you get from level up. Imperial Jewel is from 33 all, or 32 all. Okay, they definitely lowered this. I could have sworn this used to be 50 all. But they did a revamp of it a little while back to help newer players. And yeah, Mang's now 23-23, as I mentioned earlier, and this one's 32 all masteries. And I believe that's the final reward thing you get for free, as far as like the level up weapons. It's the highest requirement one, requiring 32 in all the level up skills, which generally you would have by level 200, assuming you went pretty even on all of them. Or technically it'd be 33 times 6, whatever that is. What is that? 180, 196. So yeah, pretty much 200. You'd have it by 196, so definitely by 200, depending on how luck goes. Assuming you go even on all of them. And that's the last level up weapon you would ever get, most likely. There's still plenty of other weapons beyond that, of course. But those are the end of like the free level up ones. Some of them are still kind of relevant to this day. Mostly Mang, though. Mang, Mountain Crusher. Mountain Crusher, I think, is for a high amount of brown, like 25 or something. I don't remember exactly, but some amount. Actually, we can go check. See what's Mountain Crusher. It's like 20-something brown. 17 brown. They lowered all these number requirements. I know for sure all these were higher in the past, but they revamped them slightly to make it even easier for newer players to get in. Just to give them a bunch of weapons at the beginning. Yeah, Volky in our Volky. Yeah, Mountain Crusher is... I mentioned this the other stream, too. Mountain Crusher is literally the weapon that caused all the explodey weapons to be added. They saw how much people were using Mountain Crusher, so they created like 50 different Mountain Crushers. If you ever see a weapon come into the game that's like a 2-color weapon that explodes a bunch of gems for 14 mana cost, that does like a buff to a random type and has a random summon on it, all those weapons originated from how much Mountain Crusher was used. Mountain Crusher isn't used as much these days because they added like 1 billion of those weapons, but the reason they even added them was because of the popularity of Mountain Crusher, which basically just formed an entire category of weapon. And they're still used to this day. Actually, I was running one of them in Guild War today. I was running the Holy Flail one, I believe it was. Or is it the Sword's Edge one? I know it has like Barrier Bless or something. Makes it really bulky. Because they all have slightly different effects. But still an explodey weapon that has a summon on it. We even got the new dragon off of it. So it must have been Sword's Edge, because I can't think of what else it could have been, because I'm pretty sure that dragon was only considered dragon. And not like Dragon Divine or anything. I go throw that down. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over, do let me know. Anything else I missed in chat? Oh yeah, I didn't finish reading what Shelly was saying. You're running the crystal something. It's Herald plus Emerald Dragon. Oh, nice. You're running it with the double green. Yeah, that would work pretty well. With the guard class. I haven't used Dragon Guard in a while. Dragon Guard actually is pretty good. It has 2 things going for it. It has triple damage burning and has a huge buff to dragons. It's also pretty bulky, starting with both barrier and having 40% score reduction. It's pretty nice. The biggest thing holding it back is it doesn't have a natural half mana start, and the 50% mana start dragon is really bad. Like, aside from being ran with 4-time, or being ran with like double Diamantina, there's almost no team that runs the 50% mana start other than that. Because it's very rare that you can get enough value from it to justify using it. Which is really unfortunate, because dragon teams could get so much more usage if I had a good 50% starter. These are a few pretty good dragons out there. Most notably this one. But there are several out there. I think the biggest issue dragons have as a typing is almost all of them are just AoE spam with like a small effect. Like almost all of them is the premise of just hit all enemies. Even Diamantina is just the premise of hitting all enemies. It just hits them so hard that it's actually relevant. Unlike some of the other ones that hit them so lightly. But almost every dragon is, like 80 to 90% of dragons in the game are just the premise of just slightly poke everything. Which isn't ideal. The only reason why Diamantina can get away with it is it hits so hard that it doesn't matter that that's the effect. Uses damage outputs just through the roof. You got back into the game after a little over a year. I know, I really need to go cover a video on, like, returning player guide. For, like, all the newer features. Between all, like, the newer people and just people who are coming back after a while. Because I did that for another game recently. We even streamed it earlier today for Old School RuneScape. I haven't played that game for 7 years. Or, you know, I went away for 7 years and I've been playing it for, like, the last month or two. Here and there. Mostly been doing it on Wednesdays here in the channel. But, like, there's so much you have to catch up on. And the same thing with Gems of War. Like, there's so much that happened in the last couple years of Gems of War. Because they just keep doing an update, like, constantly. We have another update next month. I think they already did the beta test for it. It's, like, probably in a few weeks from now. Even though we just, like, literally just had 6.8 patch not too long ago. 6.9 is, within the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. Yeah, they keep doing a lot of changes. Most of them for the better. Some of them questionable. Some of them definitely questionable. I don't feel like we've had a particularly bad patch in a while, though. And honestly, the one they did last December was probably one of the better patches they've done in a while. They revamped orbs and actually made them good. Also, hello, Stode. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. Okay, we'll take that over. We need... Gosh, that's the only problem with not having 20%. Now we have a situation where we have, like, no mana. Well, at least they'll die in one shot. I'm still not sure if I want to run 20% or not. Like, yes, they always die, but at what cost? Okay, we gotta open 2 more keys so we get exactly 555. We gotta stop at all 5s. Alright, let's go get Explosion. Yeah, I really want to go move his mana back. Though in that situation, again, we would not have had full mana. We still would have been too short even with the 20%. Alright, final key. This will be the last one we do this stream. And it'll get us to all 5s. 5 for 5. Which means we open like 70-something keys then. Alright, what do we get? Anything good? No, well, event keys aren't bad, but not what we're looking for, unfortunately. Anyways, there we go. Okay, let's go set our Guild War banners to be correct. Or not banner, but, you know, the, whatever you'd call them. Okay, we do want cleanse. Oh, no, we already have cleanse. Okay. So, yeah, we just want to go pure magic. 20% to pure magic, so pretty standard. 20% and all in on magic. There we go. So pretty much what you would normally have. I just wanted to double check, because sometimes you want cleanse for your team or something similar, but this team actually comes with its own cleanse. We're running Beatrix on it. And if it gets stunned anyways, then, you know, cleanse isn't going to help it at all, so... or at least the Orpheus won't. So, yeah, that'll be our game plan for tomorrow. See how it does. So far, looks like honestly, this brown team has been tearing through people. So far been the highest win ratio every single week we've been using it lately. I'm curious to see how our new team runs, though. I believe we're second in command this week. So, we'll actually get to see some pretty good data for it. Also, Mount North is beating us by like 100 points again. This is exactly what happened last week. We both got like perfect 5-0 streak, but he scored like 100 or 200 up on me. And it looks like the same thing's happening this week. Is this going to happen every week now? Oh, he went for the extra damage, though. Ooh. He went 5-5-4-4. I normally just go straight 3s. That's pretty much the only requirement we have for the guild in regards to it. And doing the battles. But of course, people are welcome to go all 5s. But unless I'm like Paragon, I generally go all 3s. Unless we're like top command there. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the class event for the Knight Hero class. Unfortunately, a pretty underwhelming hero class. If you haven't already, I don't even think I mentioned it in the stream, but the Knight Pet is available for the next 6 hours. If you don't already have it or don't already have it maxed, definitely make sure to get it. There's a lot of knights in the game, so a lot of instances where you can get a little bit of bonus. It's not a particularly good bonus. I think it's like armor or something. But, you know, it adds up if you're ever using multiple knights on the team, particularly 3 or 4 of them, where you actually get the bonus. And yeah, tomorrow we'll have the class event for the knight itself. Unfortunately, a pretty underwhelming hero class, but it is the only knight hero class, so there are some circumstances where it does get used. Just very rarely. But if nothing else, most people probably don't have it maxed, as it's a pretty not useful hero class in most situations, so at least a good time to get a little bit more XP on it, if nothing else. But anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.